Good evening. For the first time during the pandemic, a statewide code brown has been declared for Victoria's struggling healthcare system.
Staff are exhausted. We absolutely need to safeguard the resources that we have.
There is a lot more COVID patients in emergency than there has been through any of the previous waves.
To free up beds in emergency, the Royal Melbourne is now running a COVID bus which safely takes positive patients home.
They were getting stuck here waiting up to 3 or 4 hours for our normal patient transport, which is quite inundated at the moment. We can't send them home on public transport or in an Uber or a taxi.
The state government pledges $1.4 billion for the struggling health system.
We obviously welcome the investment to support our staff, to support our organisation and importantly support our patients through this continuing pandemic.
In 2021 and 2020, our sleep schedules changed. Now they're well and truly out of routine.
We certainly know that people who have consistently poor sleep for a long period of time have more health problems and a shorter life expectancy.
Associate Professor Mark Putland is Director of Emergency Medicine at the Royal Melbourne Hospital.
We're seeing e-scooter injuries really on a daily basis. It's a new addition to our trauma workload.
Pedestrian injuries are on the rise.
In terms of those with serious injuries, we're seeing about 20 or 30 a month, whereas 1 or 2 years ago it was down about 10 to 20.
A new study from the Royal Melbourne Hospital shows it could cause more harm than good.
Our study has demonstrated 7 patients who've developed goat's milk anaphylaxis or severe allergy in the context of using goat's milk-based skin products on inflamed skin.
The Royal Melbourne Hospital Scrubs Choir, which formed virtually in 2020, this morning gave a rare outdoor performance.
Workers in public hospitals will get $3,000 to help retain and recruit staff through another challenging winter.
We can do amazing things in healthcare, but if we don't have the people to deliver that care, it becomes very lonely and impossible.
Australian doctors are leading the way on stroke treatment.
If you receive the intravenous thrombolytic drug alone, about 35% of people made an excellent recovery. If you combine that with the endovascular thrombectomy, the clot-removing mini-operation, that doubled to 70%.
Surgeon Emma Tully and her team had 2 lives hanging in the balance. The pregnancy needed to last at least 37 weeks to give Olivia a chance.
A number of, obstacles that she's had to overcome in the last 18 months is quite significant.
In 18 months, this Royal Melbourne Hospital construction site will become a specialised 22-bed unit for those suffering serious psychological problems.
For people to come and interact in a far more relaxed kind of open environment.
When it hit in 2016, 10 Victorians lost their lives.
Victoria, and Melbourne in particular, is uniquely situated as the worst place in the world for these events to occur.
An in-home test for type 1 diabetes is speeding up diagnosis.
It's simple. You do it at home, you put it in the post, you send it back to us.
They're virtually best mates, but this is the first time Bev and Melissa have met face-to-face.
Oh my God, after 17 months we're meeting in person.
The women matched up by the Royal Melbourne Hospital's volunteer program at a time when meeting in person was impossible.
The government has announced that they're going to build a new 400-bed hospital behind me at the Arden Metro Precinct. Now, this will be a new campus for both the Royal Women's and the Royal Melbourne Hospital.
This is the biggest hospital project in our nation's history. It is wonderful news, the best news we've had for a very, very long time.